Got it. You're listening to live Blog Talk Radio. This is the Uranus Happens Show here on Sunday, July 31st, 9:30 in the morning, and we are beginning a new month tomorrow. So tomorrow starts August 1st. I don't know if that's bad or good. Veretta, what do you think? What energies do we have to look forward to in the month ahead?
So initially I get, woo! It's been a long month, and there'll be some good changes, some energies that suggest to me that it's time to get things started. Whatever you've been putting off, get it started. Because it feels to me like we've got lots of things in store for us, and we don't want to be late to our own party.
Okay, all right.
Should be a good month.
Um, and then let's just talk for a minute here. Metaphysically, what do we need to know?
Hunker down for a lot of waves. Empath world needs to hunker down. There's going to be a lot of waves of uncertainty. So if you get hit with waves of anxiety, like, don't take it on as your own. Don't like try to troubleshoot and figure out where it's coming from, because it might not even be you or associated to anybody you know. And then the second thing is metaphysically, we are going to be, and I don't know how this lines up with the planet, so maybe you tell me. We're going to be passing through areas that would be very conducive to portal material this month. And I don't know what that suggests. Portal. Like, we can travel interdimensionally. I didn't say interdimensional. I said intradimensionally. And I feel like, if people have a lot of things they can, if they want to benefit from their ability to tap into the ethers, this is a good time to travel. If they want to get out of their comfort zone, this is a good time to travel outside of body, to do some astral travel, to do a lot of interdimensional work, which could bring you a lot more enlightenment than you're living with right now. Having been in the metaphysical world for as long as I've been in the metaphysical world, there's nothing that surprises me. And the experiences that one can have if they're willing to open their mind and just look and listen are phenomenal, pardon the pun. So, yeah, we've got a lot to look forward to in August.
Okay, well, that sounds great. So, one of the nice things that I like about our show format is Sundays are usually the days that we tend to catch up with our subscribers here on the show. Since I know our Wednesday show is a little bit of a shorter format, so we're a lot more dedicated to taking new calls. So let's catch up with some of our subscribers today. So we have some people in line. We're going to get off to Brian from area code 312. Hi, you're on the Uranus Happens Show. Brian, are you there with me? Can you hear us?
Yes, I can. And thank you for getting me on today. Much appreciated.
Perfect. All right, Brian. So if I gave you a general reading, it would basically be the same reading that you got before. So do you have a specific question about an issue that I can take a look into for you?
Absolutely. Right now, tomorrow will be August, and I'm still unemployed. And so I just want to know, do you see anything on my chart that may indicate when I will be employed?
Okay, sure. Veretta, go ahead.
Okay. Because you want to get out of the house, don't you, Brian?
Actually, yeah. I love my girls, but it's time to go to work.
I could hear the background noise. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, this month looks really good for you.
Wonderful.
There's going to be multiple opportunities, so it may be a little tricky in figuring out which one to try to pursue. Don't exhaust yourself, but don't spin your wheels, and all your resources going after more than one or more than what you can do. So that, to me, says kind of be careful about, going out on a limb and chasing something that might not be real, because it'll eat your money up and time and everything, and morale and everything else. So yeah, it looks like you're going to have a couple choices this month. I think you have one, at least one good one to look forward to.
Okay.
It's corporate. I hope that's what you're looking for, because I feel like if that's what you want, that's what's going to be offered up to you.
Okay.
Now, lucky you, Brian, I don't remember our sessions. When I channel you information, it comes right through and doesn't stick in between. So I'm not sure what your background was. I don't remember entirely, other than you saying you're still looking for a job. But I feel like you're going to have more opportunity now. Why? Well, because it's time. All right. So I was looking to see that you're going to have more opportunity, and I'm like, well, why now, not before? And now is the time. Now is that window of opportunity that will open, that gives you that chance to walk out the door and get a job and start working and be productive again. Not be crazy going home being a house dad. All right, Ernesto, can you give him a pinpoint time frame?
Sure. I'm taking a look here to see, Brian, when something like a new job would be coming into your neck of the woods. Now, I do agree with Loretta that the time is now. Have you been applying for work? What types of work have you been applying to?
More so executive leadership in public schools.
Are you looking beyond the market or the area that you live right now?
I tried, but I would look like in California, Vegas, a little bit in Texas, in Arizona, but the window wasn't open then. I wasn't getting any hits at all.
Is the window
Yeah,
open
look
now?
again.
Okay.
Yeah, because
look again. That window.
Yeah, I agree. This is the time to do that. This is the time to get yourself out there, and those opportunities that were there before that you looked at that you wanted but weren't there, those are there now. So, like all of those out of market, like ideas that you were considering, those are the ones that I will be getting into right now. So, do what you got to do to get yourself into some new work. I think that'll make a big difference for you. Is to applying to things that you looked at in the past, but you didn't do anything with. Now is the time for those matters, though. So, I would get yourself into applying for those types of jobs that you might have put off. So, that would be my advice to you.
And I'm hearing too. I'm hearing apply for jobs you applied for before. Resubmit applications or resumes. Resubmit them.
Okay, will do.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Take care.
Be sure to let us know how it turns out, Brian. Thanks a lot. We appreciate you. Give us a call back.
Absolutely. You have a good day.
You too. And the next day. Okay, so we are going to get off to our next caller here, who is going to be one of our subscribers. Erica, are you there on the line with us from area code 509? Can you hear us?
Yes. Good morning.
Okay, great. Erica, I got your chart up now. Do you have a question about an issue, or what's with you going on with you today?
I think I would like a general. I've never had one, and I don't know. I just feel like I'm going through like a lot of perspective, inner perspective, like just thinking. I don't know how to explain it, but yeah, I just feel like I've had a lot of growth and like aha moments lately in the past, I feel like year. And so, yeah, I just was curious to know.
Okay, let's take a look at that.
All right.
Go ahead.
And you said you've never had one before? You've never had a general reading? Is that what you meant?
I've had one of those, like the based on charts and stuff, but not, like I've gotten online where I sign up and they send me, but I mean, I don't know what they mean, like the whole time. I've looked at one, but in reality, I'm not really sure what they all mean. I just know there's a lot of fire in my chart.
right. Well, and that's Ernesto's end on the chart. I'm just going to read you. And so
Oh, okay.
basically, what I do is read through energy. Primarily, I'm an empath, and so I basically tap into you emotionally, and then I'm clairvoyant to clear out and clairsentient as well, and that starts to feed me information. So when I open up to a general about somebody, it's basically I'm looking for whatever hits me first in the feelings department. So as you're talking, as you were just talking a few seconds ago, and I was feeling the validity of your words, the essence of what you're saying is very true. You are coming into aha moments. Now, what I'm getting isn't necessarily that it's going to take place like right away or that it's going to happen all at once. I feel like it'll be sporadically. I feel like a real big, aha moment will be a little later in the year. Plausibly into next year by May. And I don't know what that, May or June, I don't know what that significance is for you, but I think by that time next year you've had a big epiphany and you will see things much differently and more clear and have pretty good direction on your outlook in life and where you're going and what you're doing and what you think you. So what this type of epiphany is it'll tear down what you think you know and make you rebuild something else. And when you have that opportunity, when something is taken away from you that dramatically or something is shattered that dramatically in your psyche, it can hurt you if you don't have a pretty good outlook on life. Well, you're starting to have a pretty good outlook on life. You're starting to know things. You're starting to figure things out in a manner of how they work. And so you're starting to see signs and patterns, and these things are starting to encourage you to want to know more. And that's where the growth is going to come in. You're really going to make some leaps in understanding spiritually how things work. And so you're going to start also, the other thing that's going to do is open up a whole new community to you. You're going to start meeting all kinds of people that you didn't know before. And so this next, I don't know, maybe, and Ernesto can probably give you an exact time frame. I don't know, probably the next few years, you're going to be in absorb, learn, growth mode. Getting used to everything that you've just been exposed to and the byproducts thereof. Now, you're psychic yourself. So let's say everybody's psychic, but your abilities are intact. And you know that as well. And should you decide to develop that, it won't instantly make you successful, but if you should want other people to know that's what you do, you probably should make a little bit of living off of it. However, I feel like you're a healer. I don't feel like you are someone that would just want to go around spewing information on somebody. So I feel like you'd want to do it from a healing and from also a hands-on perspective. So your healer avenue is probably going to open up for you this next year. Now, having all that been said, I'll give it to Ernesto, and then you can give feedback on what more you might want to hear to him.
Okay,
take it away.
Thank you.
Okay, so Erica, I'm taking a look at your chart right now. Now, here's a question for you. Was there a breakup recently, like a relationship that ended for you?
Like emotional, like a relationship, like a boyfriend type of thing,
or perhaps not even a boyfriend, but somebody that you were really close to, and it just kind of hurt when you decided to go your own separate ways.
I can't think of anything, but emotionally, I feel like, I'm like, oh, I don't know about my boyfriend anymore. Like, I just always knew that it wasn't going to work out, but I haven't been like, oh, bye type of thing. So, but recently I'm like, you know what? I just feel like moving out of state, doing my own thing. So, yes, I feel like it's heading there.
So I think that this is the the thing that Veretta's sort of discussing in the future of next year, that that this is something you haven't quite realized for yourself yet, and that's going to be that this relationship piece, that's gonna you're gonna come to terms with that. So all of the ugliness that you hear yourself actually saying, you hear yourself with the words coming out of your mouth, like, oh, that doesn't sound right. That sounds really gross. Why am I doing this? But you're doing it anyway. I understand that this is the human experience and that this is going to go on regardless of what we think. So, you're at, but the great news is that you're starting to, have the conversation with yourself or plant the thought, maybe this doesn't need to be in my life. Maybe I do deserve a better version of what I have right now. So, um, that's good. That's going to drop off and start to go away for you. And it will be very soon here. And you've got the markers, in your chart that, you know, um, you're coming to terms with like a relationship that's ending. And I can even show you here on the screen. We don't really even have to do that much work to move the dial. So there's like, something here that's ending. And this is a major theme for you, that that you're coming to terms with this because, as you say, you're making some of your own big changes here. So, that there's a new version of Erica that's about to come out. It's kind of like
Mm.
uh, it's kind of like there's a renovation process that everybody gets to see, but you're living through it while it's being renovated, so it's kind of rough. um, and that type of growth is very difficult to have to live with. um, I understand it. I've been there myself, and I'm sure Veretta's been there too. um, and you're going through this, and I think you're gonna be okay with it. The biggest thing for you right now, Erica, is just understanding the fact that, oh, this relationship kind of needs to go away, and really believing that, because it's a hard thing, just human experience to drop something like that off. And you're coming to the conclusion, this is not healthy. I don't know why, but it's just not. And I want something better than this. I don't even know what that is yet, but I know it's not this. So, today has been, I'm really glad that you called into the show today, because this is just sort of formalizing it to, everybody that's out there, and all of your guides, that, you need some help with this, and we need to work on that particular issue to help make that transition smooth, because I think that is going to be a big thing for you next year, and it's going to take a while for you just to sort of mentally even wrap your mind around it, that this is something that you'd like to do. So, I do wish you the very best of luck in that whole process, and I do think that it's gonna be worth it. So the growing pain process may be somewhat uncomfortable, but the end result is 1,000% worth it. So just stick with it.
Mm. And so on my chart, you put a nearby town. Is it still as accurate as would have put like my actual place of birth? Do you know?
Within a few minutes, like it's really minor. If we were doing some, like, if you were asking me questions about like where am I going to be moving to kind of stuff, then yeah, I would correct it. But for what we're talking
Oh,
about
okay.
today, it's just really like just a couple of numbers. It's not nothing major, so we can still work with this here.
Mhm.
And
Oh, okay.
when that question of where you're going does come up, then you can change it then. So
Mm.
and it's redundant to go over now because you're not even close to that step yet, but you will be.
Mhm. And you know what? I just hit me when you were talking what you meant, and I get what you meant, but it's
But
something private.
okay, no
Yeah,
problem.
you're right on. It just didn't make sense at first, but now I understand what you were saying.
Okay, perfect, perfect. All right. Well,
Yeah.
good luck with you, Erica. You've got lots of beautiful, beautiful growth ahead of you. So don't stumble over yourself while you're getting it. Okay?
Yep. Thank you.
Yeah,
Just
be sure to give us a call and
grateful.
let us
You're
know how
welcome.
it turns out. We'll catch up with you soon. Take care. Until next time.
Thanks, you too.
Okay, and we are going to get off to our next caller here. Just a moment. Great, got it. And we're going to get off to area code 630 to catch up with Dion. Hi, you're on the line. Can you hear us?
I can. Thanks for taking my call.
Okay, I got your chart up here, Dion. So, do you have a question for us, or what's on your mind today?
Well, wait. First of all, how does somebody become a subscriber? I didn't even know that was like. What does that mean?
So, if you can subscribe to the channel on Blog Talk Radio, so that way you get notified when we have new shows over on Blog Talk Radio, or you can subscribe to the channel on YouTube and then just get subscription updates over there too.
Oh, okay. So I can do that. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you for telling me.
Sure. So I got your chart up, Dion. Do you have a question for me today?
I do. Okay, so we discussed how where I'm living right now is not conducive to my financial situation.
Right.
So, wanted to find out if you see a possibility for me to be able to relocate this year.
This year. Okay. All right. Let's take a look. Veretta, go ahead.
Okay. All right, Dion. Let's see. You want out. Yes. Ooh. Next month. Next month is September. September, October is either going to net you some new friends or an opportunities opening up that will present itself to you and give you the opportunity. Okay, so this is what I'm hearing. It'll give you the opportunity to either talk or walk or do both. So that says to me, Dion, you're going to have the opportunity to express yourself in a manner that probably would not be good had you needed to stay under the roof where you're going to express yourself. So this is where you get the chance to clear your chest as well as move. And the thing about that is you can't burn the bridges, but you can say something down the road before you go. Now, I don't know how that's possible other than I know financially, it would have to be a holy grail kind of moment, but I'm hearing you'll have that opportunity. So let's hope Ernesto can find that in your chart as well.
Like, does that mean like I'm getting kicked out of my current apartment and like I tell my landlord off?
I would say you tell your landlord off, but I do not think it has anything to do with getting kicked out. I think you're voluntarily leaving because you have a better opportunity.
Okay,
but
thank God. I just
tell the landlord off, most definitely. But don't burn the bridge. Just remember, I'm saying don't burn the bridge. I mean, poke him in the eye a little bit, but don't tear his family jewels down.
Okay. I just had post-traumatic stress disorder about being kicked out because I was kicked out before.
I hear you. I got you. But
so
this is not. It's not going to be. This is going to be one of those times where you're standing on a strong foundation, and you can walk up to this individual and tell them that you're going to go. You're not being told to leave.
Okay, that's good news. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Ernesto, can you give her good news?
Yeah, I'm taking a look here at the ephemeris to see when something like this would trigger off. So what we're looking at here, Dion, on the chart, if you're watching our YouTube stream, is what we want to do is we're trying to align Mercury specifically with this particular degree in your chart right there where that green square is at. There's nothing in there right now, but when Mercury moves up there, then that's going to be a great window of opportunity for something like moving, based on all of the other dots that I've already drawn on the chart here that also deal with moving. So in this particular case, when we ask the ephemeris, when is that going to happen to hit about that degree of your chart? Well, it looks like that's going to be about the second full week of September. So that's about the 11th. Yeah, the week of the 11th, you're going to want to take a look into that. So it's a very narrow window of opportunity. So let me be clear about something when I say this, that Dion, you have the chance to move here, but it's you kind of got to get it ready now. Like you've got to get ready to jump and to move mountains and to do all of this crazy stuff to make this happen. Otherwise, it's not going to happen again for a while. So I mean, like, you got to scramble here, honey, to if you want to get out and do a new place here. So that would be my advice. Is it's going to be sometime next month of September. That's when you're gonna have these opportunities that are gonna show themselves, and you're gonna say, "Oh, well, I'm ready to go to this place or wherever that may be." But just make sure that you're ready to jump, because it's gonna be really super lightning fast. It's gonna be like here today, gone tomorrow, and then if we're gonna be
Exactly.
really honest, by like the second, third of September, the window of opportunity has already passed. So if you're not already in motion doing something, then don't try to force it at that point, because it's not going to happen again for a while.
Yeah. Don't hesitate. Don't, should I? Well, I don't know. Maybe. Don't do that. If you get an opportunity that everything on your checklist lines up green, then go for it. Everything. I mean, there's no reason you shouldn't if you can't. You know what I mean?
Okay. Okay.
And you have to get out there. You have to get out there and mingle. It works on you. You can't sit in your apartment and think that it's going to fall in your lap. You've got to get out there and mingle.
Well, see, that's the thing. Like where I'm living right now, I feel like my social life is really suffering, and so I want to move to a different state. And so
That's right. You're not going to know where or how unless you get out there and start getting exposed to people that have the opportunity to give you to get out of there.
Yeah.
Like I said, you get opportunities that line up everything on your checklist, and all systems seem go, then hit the start button. Get going. Make it work. Make it happen.
Okay. I will do
double think.
You know me too well. I do overthink things.
I know, and you gotta stop that in your own way, because that time it's going to take you to think it over twice, 3 times, 4 times, and then backwards is good to be enough time for it to be gone. It'll be the opportunity will be gone.
Okay, so I'll start looking for rentals today.
Yes.
Start looking for everything.
And
everything today.
Yes, start shaping up your future today. This is really the window of opportunity to be doing all of that prep work. And the best news is Mercury is not in retrograde right now, so that's even better yet. For wanting to do that type of stuff. But get started, and I do think that the move is going to be out of state. So start taking a look into those markets. And of course Reddit is always your friend for these types of things. That if you want some more data about what is it really like to live in these places, like Reddit's going to give you the best information out of any social network that's out there.
Oh, I didn't even think of that. You're amazing.
You have a good
I'm
day.
on it right now. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, it was great to have you on the show, Dion. Be sure to give us a call back and let us know how it turns out. We'll catch up with you soon.
Okay, bye.
Bye. Until next time.
Bye.
Okay, and we are going to get off to our next caller here from area code 631. Suzanne, are you there on the line with us? Can you hear us?
Yes, hi, I'm online. Thank you. Just want to see what you say with my love life. I'm going to be meeting people for coffee.
Woo!
Exciting. Okay, so we're looking at love life. So I don't know. Something is very unsettled in that department for you.
I'm going to be meeting people for coffee this week. To get to know them.
Yeah. So, but the thing is when I'm asking for relationship material for the future, it's very murky. And so for me, that says there's something unsettled. There's some kind of something unsettled for you inside, internally, and psyche wise. And so, like, maybe you're not sure who you want to attract, or maybe you're not sure, really what I don't know. There's just some kind of uncertainty going on inside.
No, I'm trying. I have to meet them. You know what I'm saying? I'm open.
Yeah, I hear you. And that's good. Be open. So where the coffee is concerned, I feel like it'll be fine. I think that the people that you're meeting later are people that you would have to get used to, which you absolutely could, because that you're a social bug when it comes kind of down to it. You like to visit. You like to be around people you like. And they'll give you the opportunity to, I don't think all of them are going to be your cup of tea, but I think they'll give you the opportunity to find new people to talk to.
Well, that's good.
Versus, yeah. So I don't think they'll all be, it's not going to be negative by any means.
Well, do you think at least some will like me?
Yeah. Yeah, I think actually most of them, all of them actually, will like you. What is there, like 3 people that you're going to meet?
I think so.
Yeah, I think so too. I think they're all going to like you. I just don't think you're going to like one of them, and that you're going to be the one that has to say no thanks. But
I'm going to be open-minded. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to. I would date them. If they ask me on a second, third date, I'd definitely go out with them.
So, but I think you'll have fun. You'll have people to, go have a drink, coffee or something, and movie or once in a while, whatever.
Well, that's not really what I'm looking for. I'm looking for a significant other, not just to have. Do I have friends?
I hear you, but I don't think any of these people are one of them. But you should go and look for yourself and see what you find.
All right. And I'm starting a new job in September.
Yay, good for you. Congratulations.
Thank you.
That should be fun. That should go fun.
It's for a bus company. Maybe I'll meet somebody there.
Oh, well, yay. Yeah, that's exactly right. As a matter of fact. The minute you said that, it dinged in my head that that's probably most likely not right off the bat, but that's what's going to happen.
Oh, great. Now, do you see me moving in a year or two?
Most definitely. But it could be a lot longer than that. It depends upon the job that you find how you find this job rubs you. You're going to move.
Well, hopefully with somebody, my significant other. That's the only way I'm going to move.
That's what I'm seeing. You're going to move.
Oh, great. Yeah, not too far away. All right. Well, thank you.
Mind where you go, as long as you're with your significant other. I think you'd be fine.
Yeah, maybe closer to the job, but I don't want to move too far.
Yeah. All right. Well, Ernesto, can you give?
Sure. So, Suzanne, when were you going out to meet with everybody? What day of the week?
So far, unless they cancel, I'm supposed to meet Wednesday and another one Friday.
Okay, so this coming week you're going to be meeting 2 separate times, right?
Yeah, I was supposed to meet somebody Thursday, but they're not even calling or texting or even like saying hi, so I don't even know about that one because I'm not just going to show up if they don't talk for a week, you know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, I see you having a great time. Getting to know new people. I don't think it's going to be necessarily like love prospects what you're going through right now. That's more like near future kind of stuff. And I do agree that that'll have something to do with like the work situation that you'll meet somebody over there. So, like, and, you meeting with these people this week, though, that's just, like a social thing. That's for you to get out there. And, like, I always think about this as somebody who's single, when I end up in, like, a lot of these swipe culture types of dating apps. And I think to myself, so while I may not get all of the responses that I would like from these types of places, I always ask myself, so I can swipe right or I can swipe left. Well, this person sounds kind of interesting. Maybe I'll do that. And then I'm thinking to myself, but they don't really look the way that I would like. So maybe I'm going to swipe left. And then, like something passes through me real quick that says, come on, it's just, you're just talking about going out for coffee or drinks. You're not being asked to, like have this person's baby or, like to settle down in marriage and, like all of this kind of stuff. It's nothing serious like that.
Yeah, but that's what I'm looking for, believe it or not, at this age even. So I don't want to just go because I have friends I can do things with or I can take walks by myself. I'm not just looking to have a cup of coffee. But you have to meet them in order to see if you're going to date.
Yeah, I think that these opportunities that you're being presented with right now, it's just for the sake of getting yourself out there and knowing what that experience is like. Like and
I know what it's like. I've went on dating sites before.
Yeah, I don't think that anything is going to come too much of these people from this week. It's just more of a reminder that I can do this, and it's uncomfortable, but I can do this. And I think that there are better opportunities coming down the line for you, and that'll have something to do with like a work connection or somebody you meet at this new job. But that's an aside from what we're talking about right now. I think as far as your inquiry goes, like you asked the question, how is it going to go with coffee for these people this week? It's going to go fine. There's not anything that's going to be like creepy or weird or, yeah, I do agree that you may not.
If they like me, I might as well date them. You know what I'm saying? If they want to date me, why not?
That's true.
Yeah,
sure.
You
Why
should
not?
go out with them with an open mind and have a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah, just don't.
All right, that sounds great.
Just don't have
What?
such rigid expectations, and make sure that any expectations that you may have that they're clear, that everybody is on the same page.
Well,
about
I don't
what's
have
going on.
rigid expectations, but I'm looking for someone to date 3 times a week and do things with because I'm looking to date. I'm not just looking to meet a million people for coffee.
Right, that's true. But I think that that this is going to be an experience for you and an opportunity to kind of hone down more narrowly what it is that you're looking for. What that ideal situation looks like for you. So just don't turn anything down if it's presented to you because it's everything is a learning experience.
Okay.
No, Susanna, it was great to have you
All
on
right,
the
well,
show.
thank you so much.
Yeah, be sure to give us a call
Okay,
back
bye-bye
and let us
now.
know how it turns out. Take care. Until next time.
I will, thank you.
Okay, then. And we are going to get off to Anne, our last caller here on the line from area code 415. Hi, Anne. Are you on the line with us? Can you hear us?
Oh, yeah. You guys take good notes. Yep. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Good.
And I got you all pulled up here. Now, Anne, do you have a question about an issue or do you just want a general today?
I would like, my question is about a new relationship coming in, and I feel like I've finished, I want to meet a different type of man, and I feel like I've completed the cycle of the past, and I wanted a new type of relationship.
Okay. All right, Beretta, go ahead.
Anne, are you a little nervous about that, or are you just a little nervous about calling in?
Oh, no, it's a totally different thing that's happening today that I'm nervous about.
Okay.
But you're not,
That's your
yeah,
nervous
not
about.
nothing.
Okay.
Yeah. No, I'm excited.
So true story, as I tune into you, I'm picking up my coffee, and as I tag into your energy, my hands start shaking as I'm trying to take a drink of my coffee. All right, so
I've probably had too much caffeine as well.
is that all right? So, what was the question?
a new relationship different than the
Okay,
other
great.
than the men I've had in the past.
Okay, right. All right. So you either have met someone that intrigued you to really make a decision that you don't want to be around the type of persons that you've been associated with in the past, or you're gonna, because I feel like you got some really enthusiastic opportunity in front of you very shortly or right now that suggests that you're going to meet people, you're going to meet new folks, you're going to meet things that are outside of your normal zone that's going to introduce these kind of things to you. And it feels to me very exciting that you may have this opportunity. Now, again, whether I'm just tagged into you or this is what's on the horizon and or it's already started, and that's why it's so current, that's why it's so fresh. The feeling is that it is going to bring a lot of joy, a lot of happiness, a lot of glad kind of things to you.
Great.
So this is what I would say though about that. Don't get, let's see, how would I phrase this? Don't get too pie-eyed. Don't get too over the moon that you miss the subtle things that are annoying or deal breakers. Only because when we get that high on the cloud of, oh my God, I'm so happy, this person just does everything that I want them to, and they're so, loving and expressive and blah, 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 blah. Then all of a sudden the shining starts to wear off and the tarnish hits around and the cloud dissipates out from under you and you fall to the ground. Boom. Flat. Ow. They're not shiny anymore. You don't even like them. So this is what I would say to you. Keep your expectations under wraps because that could hurt you in the long run. He's not perfect. Not perfect. Never will be.
And
but
no one is.
There's a lot of good things. A lot of good things that you got to be in store for you. So yay. Be glad about that. Be glad about that. Now, is it a forever till death do us part? I don't think so. I don't think so. But it's an important relationship for you to have nonetheless. So don't back out just because it doesn't end in till death do us part. Ernesto, can you give her some more?
Sure, yeah. So, Anne, I'm taking a look at your chart to see about relationships right now and what that says for you. And if you're watching our YouTube stream at this time, you'll see that I put some green boxes on the screen. So those distances between all of those suns and moons and those two charts, that's the same distance. You don't have to be an astrologer to know that. That's about the same distance between four different pieces of information. So we know then that this is a major theme that's being highlighted in your life right now. What's more interesting, though, is that this moon over there in the transits in the third ring, what's out in the sky, that's already on this arrow over here. So this is extending outward, and this is also playing an influence into it. So for right now, for the hour and the conversation that we're having with you, that this is, again, something that you're really tuned into and, really wanting to know more about. Would you agree that this person that you met most recently, that there's a very strong sense of like bashert to him that you're really going to be settling down in the love sense pretty soon?
Not the person I met. The person I met now just recently feels more like a friendship. I don't have that any kind of happy giddy feeling with him.
Because I get
so
that,
I think that other person.
Because I really get the sense that this person that this new person that they may not necessarily be a marriage partner, but they've got that quality about them. Like there's something about the characteristic of being this person's friend that just feels like you're just naturally married. It's like there's this intensity or this understanding between two people, and like and how they interact with each other. That we may seem this way, but that's not really the story. And you have to be inside this friendship to understand that, because it looks weird to anybody else. So I think that this is a big piece that you're dealing with right now, as this new person. And this is really, this has really incited a lot of new thoughts about you as a person. Like these are the types of things that I would like to have in a relationship. This is what I am looking for. And you've never had this happen to you before, to where you have been so shaken to the core by somebody that you're actually beginning to realize. So if I had to write a guideline of, or a list of, like, this is the ideal partner traits or qualities, like this person, my friend that I just met, they're starting to give me a lot of those ideas. So that's where you're at right now. And I do think the relationship is forthcoming. Like within the next 12 months, you're going to have that the love relationship that is an expression of what you're going through right now. So, like, use this time with your new friend here to, be establishing your intent and really be clear about that. So when you actually do attract your partner, then you get all of the traits that you were looking for. A simple homework assignment would be something, like, write down a list of all of the qualities that, that my ideal partner has. For example, he is kind. Like he knows how to have a good time. He enjoys letting loose from time to time. Like whatever qualities those are, write them all down and get them out. And no negative languaging. Avoid all of that and this type of exercise. But I think that this is something that you would really benefit from in setting that intent right now. And because the relationship is coming, and you're really just starting to get ideas right now about, this is what I want it to look like.
Got it. Yeah, and by going through those exercises, then that can speed up the timeline for it to come in.
Doesn't necessarily
to be more clear.
Doesn't necessarily speed up the timeline. It just makes it more clear, and more solid about, this is what I want. So that way, like when you meet this person, like, so, like all of these requirements have been fulfilled and met. So I am fully aware, and I know in my heart of hearts that this is the person that I'm supposed to settle down with. There's no second guessing in that whole thing.
Got it.
And, also consider that, that the partners that we attract for ourselves are situational, meaning that they're right for us based on where we're at in life right now. So, for example, if I quit, like if I was still smoking cigarettes, if I was still a pack-a-day smoker, like the planets that we would use for somebody like a doctor, a physician, a neurologist, similar types of energy is what you would expect from, let's say, a stripper or a service worker. So if I am, making the personal choice, to smoke a pack a day, and I'm single and I'm wanting to attract a partner, so I may get a service worker or a stripper, or I might get a doctor, but that's based on my own choices and what I'm doing with myself.
Yes.
So, I mean, like for you, Anne, whatever you're doing in your life and in terms of cleaning your own act up and getting things put together, that could be the difference of, you getting what you really want, or you ending up with like a webcam model who's secretly a mess and nobody sees it.
Right.
Well, does that kind of clear everything up for you? Or is there something else that we could help with?
I'm also looking for a permanent place. I have a temporary living situation, and I want to transition to a more permanent one.
In the next 6 months, you said?
Sorry?
In the next 6 months?
Yes. Same city.
Okay. So it'll take about that long. But what I get is that there's there's a condition that has to be met. So that says to me something's got to take place first. And I'm tempted to say it may have to do with somebody you have met that makes a difference.
Oh, interesting.
So, yeah, but there's a lot of conditions have to be met first.
So it could be new people coming in, new jobs, the whole atmosphere.
The whole 9 yards. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And that will really get your ball rolling for like new life, different
Yeah.
meaning, the whole 9 yards. You know what I mean? So you've got a lot to look forward to. It just isn't happening quite yet. But it will. It's a matter of time. Yeah, but I'm tired of waiting. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
But it'll get there.
From what I'm seeing, that's more of a distant future thing. That's not like this year. To do something like that would be difficult to make that type of event fit. It's not to say that it couldn't happen, but it would. I would be surprised if you got away with something like that without too much trouble, because I don't see that lining up in your chart the way that I would like it to really be successful until sometime next year. So, you still got a lot of cleanup to do of, like my own personal life and, like just other belief structures and your own environment that those are things that need to be addressed and sort of looked at. We're not quite ready to make that move. And it is coming, but that's going to be more of next year thing.
All righty.
Okay, well,
thanks
Anna,
for having me.
Yeah, it was great to have you on the show. Be sure to give us a call back and let us know how it turns out.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll catch up with you soon. Until next time, take care. Okay, all right, and it looks like that is everybody for today. So we are going to close out the show, and we will be back with you guys on Wednesday for another 1 hour program. That'll be on the 3rd at 7 o'clock Mountain Time or Arizona time, depending on where you're at. So we will be back with you guys then. Veretta, as always, it was a pleasure. Thank you so much for joining me this morning. And thanks to all of our callers and subscribers. It really does mean a lot. Without you, of course, we wouldn't have much of a show at all. So we really appreciate the fact that you keep coming back to us. And be sure to tell your friends about us, and be sure to subscribe, like, and share. We will be back with you guys on Wednesday on the 3rd at 7 p.m. for a 1 hour show. Until next time, I'm Ernesto. Everybody, this is the Uranus Happens Show. It's been real. We will catch up with you guys soon. Until next time.